Will the Nike layoffs drive home prices down? Let's discuss. Hey everyone, thanks for joining us. We're the Hatch Homes Group. You get Randolph and Angela from the Hatch Homes Group today, and it's our Monday housing market update. So, every time big companies like Nike and Intel are going through their layoffs, we're definitely seeing people out there on forums, people in our sphere that are questioning, oh my gosh, will this affect prices? Will this affect the real estate market? There are some people that genuinely do think that it will. I was on a forum of realtors, and one of some agent's client was legitimately saying, get ready for prices to go down. I'll be ready to buy when they do because of this. So we see these layoffs every few years, really, and they haven't affected prices. It's interesting that people still kind of feel like they will after kind of all these rounds that we've already been through. But let's talk about maybe some of the effects that they do have.
So yeah, I totally understand. So, but we have to understand like big companies like Nike and Intel are huge drivers of our economy. Nike just built a new facility on campus. So unless they move their entire campus over to a different state, it's very unlikely that they will be leaving anytime soon.
Yeah, I mean, they invested a lot in their current campus and they've been expanding. They want people to get back in the office. So I'd be surprised if they decided to just, yeah, go to another state. But that would for sure affect the market. I mean, that is massive. That would be huge. So, Randolph, I know that you have experience in like working in the tech industry, big corporate, and like you can kind of relate a little bit more on a personal note about how this might not affect real estate prices, but it definitely affects consumer confidence and the confidence of the employees, right? That seems to be one of the biggest effects that we've seen. And we've seen agents in our office talk about clients that they have that work at Nike that are like, oh, I'm going to put the brakes on my search because until this all, obviously they want to make sure they have a job. That would be really scary, right? So you've experienced something similar.
So yeah, thing is I can definitely relate. And in the consumer level as well as working in the corporate world back in the day in the year roughly around 2000. I graduated college back in 1998 and got my first tech job. And it was very frustrating. Basically, it was like a vicious cycle. Basically, a lot of reorganization kind of happens around the fall time. So a lot of employees like myself at the time was being let go. And then they would get rehired in the next following year, around springtime or so. On the consumer level, like I said, it can be very stressful. But a big company like the one that I was employed with, they're they're going to be there for quite a long time. So the economy is still going to be relatively strong. So
You had an extra layer of stress too, which I think that some people can relate to, especially because we know there's a lot of international people that come to work at these
mhm,
companies. But you had a similar experience, right? Because
absolutely.
you were not an American citizen either.
Yep. That's right. So basically I was back in the day I had a TN visa. So I'm actually from Canada and so I'm a Canadian citizen. And at the time I had a TN visa. So yeah, it was very stressful. So I can only imagine like some of my fellow coworkers are from India. And for me to drive over the border, not that difficult, but a lot of people from India, I can feel their stress.
Yeah, because if you get laid off, then it's not like you can just go find another job where you have settled. It's like have to go back to your country, right? So if you're
Correct.
waiting to see if you have a job or not, like I can imagine that being like really, really stressful and super affect, your obviously
Yeah,
willingness to settle into that geographical region, right?
absolutely.
So thanks for sharing your experience. I think it's super interesting.
Right.
And hopefully, viewers can relate who are maybe going through the same thing. But, bottom line for anyone that's freaking out that, these layoffs would actually like have prices go down. Not really seeing how that would happen. But, if you feel like you know better than us and you think that the prices are going to go down in the areas, especially around Nike campus, then let us know. Comment. I want to hear why you think that, and we would love to get a discussion going. But anyhow,
Absolutely.
yeah,
I would be very interested to have that conversation with any of you.
yeah. And remember, like and subscribe if you're enjoying what you're seeing, and we'll see you next week on our Monday housing market update. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.